So today I decided I would do something a little bit different from what I usually do. So when I'm building, right? I was thinking about this the other day. When I'm building, I've been watching the new Hermitcraft videos, right? I freaking love Hermitcraft. And I'm sort of was watching them and I'm like, oh my gosh, these builds are incredible, right? But I mean they're kind of planned, which is kind of interesting. And I was thinking, well, I don't ever plan my builds. I sort of just freeform it, I kind of just build whatever. And you guys actually, I haven't shown a lot of my actual like large builds yet on the channel. I probably will eventually, but yeah, I haven't shown a lot of like, especially my survival stuff. I just kind of build which I mean, it seems kind of stupid because you want to plan it out and stuff, but I don't know, I kind of like just coming up with things, throwing it down, and then scrapping it and starting over when it doesn't work out. So I figured today I would kind of go through my system, because I do like to have sort of an idea of what I'm doing when I'm building. Not quite like planning it, but I do like to kind of have like a general overall idea of the structure that I'm building. So I figured I would just kind of go through that and run that down and sort of give a little example. So when I'm building freeform, right, I don't like to plan stuff. So I like to start with like kind of the main structure of what I'm building. So for today, I'm just gonna build something kind of small. I figured I would build. I'm gonna build like a little bridge, I think. So I've been really into bridges recently. So to start with, I like to build like the general shape of it. So let's just go kind of high. Let's just pretend that we're building this bridge between two, because usually your bridge spans between two things. So this is kind of gonna be like pretend you have two, like, I don't know, like a wall here and a wall there. So when I'm building, right, I like to start by, oh wait, this is wrong. Just make this real quick. I like to start by kind of making a general outline of the shape. So I'm not really adding any details or anything. I'm just sort of making a shape for it. So for this bridge, right, we just want it to kind of arc across. I want it a little bit of a dip in the middle, not too much, and then maybe we'll put some greenery, sort of like I built a bridge over there to kind of test out this video, but yeah, so sort of like that. So let's just first start the bridge right here. So I like to start bridges obviously on the top block. That way you can put, it transitions a little bit easier. So let's just do this, and let's add a layer underneath of it. There we go. And let's add maybe one more. So let's put it like this. So we have like our little, you see we have like a little bit of a curve here, not too much. So it's not a terribly steep curve, but it's kind of like a little bit that you get the shape. All right. So next I want to kind of flush out the shape a little bit. So I have the general idea here, but obviously this is very unnatural and very rigid. So obviously I want to start and kind of fix that. So I like to start by widening the ends. So I like to kind of have it curve towards the middle, and how do I say this? I would like to kind of have the middle a little bit thinner and the ends a little bit thicker. It kind of adds a little bit to the build that I kind of like. And I like to have a little bit uneven too. Like, I don't like my builds to be very like, I want a little bit, not a natural shape, of course, because it's not going to be natural. It's very man-made, but like a little bit, how do I say this? A little bit like curvy, a little bit like off. There we go. Maybe not quite that low. There we go. So then I do want to put this one lower, because I like that a little bit more. There we go. So there we go. I have like the general shape. Oh my gosh, you hear that voice crack. I have like the general shape of it. So I want to start adding a little bit of some trapdoors here to kind of flesh out the shape of it. So let's first go around these posts with the trapdoors, just so that we get a little bit of, because I like to have the ends a little bit thicker. I don't like ever having like just solid sheets in my build. I like to have it a little bit more depth. So I'm also gonna put like, so here, right here, you'll see the difference. So do you see how right here I have just a perfect diagonal? There's nothing really connecting these two. I just feel like it is a little bit too steep for me. So what I like to do is I like to put trapdoors, but oh no, it's not going to work because it's okay. So it's blocked down. So we'll have to do a little bit of slab trickery here. So I like to put them in the back for things like this. That way you can kind of see that it's there, but it's not exactly visible, because when I'm building, right, I have like one vantage point, which for me is right here, that I like to build from. So like I'm building this assuming that people are going to see it from about where I am right now. And then do you see how I don't know, this arc is a little bit steep for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it out like this. to kind of, maybe not right here, but in the back, to kind of make the arc a little bit less steep. So now, I like this general shape one. Let me make this. I like the general shape of it now. I want to add a little bit of more of like a steep, or a little bit more of a smooth curve to it. So I'm just going to start adding a little bit of trapdoors here. We'll put some in the middle here. That will just kind of make the angle a little bit not as steep. There we go. I like that a lot more. And then let's just add some of the details. So first I'm going to do some fences, because right on bridges I like to have lights, obviously. So we're going to do some of that. Put some of these on top, sort of just make the arc a little bit smoother. I would like to maybe try that. Yeah, and then, ooh, you know what? We should get some bookshelves. How do I open my inventory? I haven't really built a lot with bookshelves yet. That is not what I'm looking for. Shelf. Here we go. Oh, it's called oak shelf. Actually, let's use spruce. Actually, I think oak is prettier. I haven't really used the oak shelves a lot. Oh, this does not fit. We'll use spruce. I haven't really used the shelves a lot. I know they got released a while ago. They are not a new addition of Minecraft here. Let's add some around the base here. I kind of like that. But yeah, I really haven't done a lot with them. I mean, obviously they're incredible, because I mean it's the closest we're gonna probably get, you know, for at least for the time being, to half slabs. So obviously they're really useful for building. Wow, I cannot place these right. But I really haven't gotten into them. On my current like actual survival world, I'm building like this big old like kind of sort of a cross between like a castle and a mansion, sort of. It's like this. It's a very interesting build. Maybe I'll show it sometime. So yeah, I like this a lot. So this is the general shape. Now, it looks a little bit odd because it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere. So what I like to do is I like to add a little bit of like foliage. I like to put, maybe let's put a little lake underneath here, because usually that's, I feel like, where bridges go, over lakes. So I'm just going to break the ground around here really quickly. That way we can put some water features in. So, because I feel like with bridges, a lot of the beauty of the structure is in what it's around. So let's just fill up this area with water. And then we also will need some natural blocks. So like, let's get rid of all this. So let's go to, I like andesite, stone. Let's get some cobble. Ooh, let's get some darker blocks too. So let's get, stone, andesite. I like some cobblestone. Where's cobblestone? How do I access that? We're just gonna look it up. So yeah, cobblestone. Oh, jeez. Cobblestone. Slabs. Oh, apparently this is the first time I've had cobblestone in my inventory. Got some mossy stuff, some walls. There we go. And then, I don't want to do deep slate. So yeah, this should be good. We'll just fill this up with water first. Oh, jeez, not there. And get a little river flowing, a little lake. Just like this. Make sure there's no, make sure everything's source blocks. And then, all right, cool. So let's just add a little bit, because, right, it's too flat right now. That's the main issue I see. So I want to add a little bit of rockiness to the surroundings. So I'm just going to add some stone features. So we're going to go around the place with slabs, and I need mossy slabs. There we go. Go around the place with some slabs. That way, add a little bit, because you can't exactly, it's sort of like a felt not heard kind of thing in music, right? Because you can't necessarily, like, you're not really looking at them, but you kind of feel that they're there, right? So let's add just a little bit of detail here. Let's do some blocks. I figure the more blocks, the merrier, you know. Let's add a little stair there, a little stair here. That looks nice. And then we'll do a little one over here. I don't exactly want to do one. It looks kind of like I'm doing one on every single part of, like, on every single, what is this called? Column, like every single wooden column, which is kind of the idea, right? You know, I kind of like to do them a little bit, not symmetrical exactly, but like you can kind of see where the idea is, right? So then let's do like a little stone there here. And then let's put one back here. So now here, in the back here, I like to do them a little bit higher, because you can't really see. So when they're in the back, right, it's a little bit harder. You're not exactly looking at them in the same way. So you want them to be, because as I stated earlier, you know, my vantage point is over there, not back here. So you're not going to see exactly this part of it. That's not what I'm really trying to go for. You want to see it from here. So do you see how I placed all those blocks and all you really see is those? That's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. So like I want to put maybe blocks here, even though I didn't put them out this far, just because you won't quite necessarily see them like that. So like when I go like that looks a little bit better. I think I need some blocks right here. Because some people don't like doing this. Some people like to have their builds beautiful from every angle, but I like having one specific vantage point that it looks incredible from, you know? That's kind of my main goal here. So let's add one right here as well. So do you see how we're going to do the same kind of idea? We're going to have a little bit of, it's going to kind of come out like this. Place these blocks a little bit. And then let's do maybe some wall here, and then it's going to come out like that. That would like that a lot, actually. Let's put, so yeah, that looks good. From here, do you see how it kind of comes out like that? Like from the back, obviously it looks kind of abysmal. Like this is not a good look. But from over here, oh, look at that. So natural, so beautiful. All right, so we have that. I want to add a little bit of a stone thing in the middle here. I feel like that'd be kind of pretty. Oh, okay, I can't get up for some reason. Do it like that. And then we'll do like a little thing, just like a little rock in the middle. And then, yeah, I like that. And then what we can do is you can get some bone meal and do something really cheap and easy. We can just bone meal first a little bit of the grass, and then we'll just go around here, around the outside, bone meal, bone meal. Now in the back, okay, here's another thing, another trick I use. So in the back, I like to have a lot of tall grass because, again, same kind of idea with the rocks. You can't really see the short grass as well, you know, it's not really popping out. Whereas in the front, I like to do pretty much I like to break all of the tall grass in the front and do only short grass in the front. Kind of just the way I build, you know, obviously this is like a just kind of my style, but do you see how kind of the short grass in the front and the tall grass in the back, it's giving, and that's a little bit too much tall grass, but like it's giving the same kind of vibe, right? Because you can't see, if you had tall grass in the front, for example, like this is too tall. I mean, it's blocking half the build and it's a 2-block thing. So I like to break the tall grass in the front and have just the tall grass in the back. So this is looking pretty nice. I like to do, one other thing I like to do is I like to have lily pads inside of the, on the ground here, with just a couple, a smattering. There we go. And then perfect. Oh, we should put some lanterns, just so that it looks like I actually put this in a survival world. So let's pop some lanterns here, here. I like to spam lanterns a little bit in my builds. I like to use a lot of them. Favorite light source. So yeah, beautiful. Do you see that? Absolutely gorgeous. I don't love this. I think that this is a little bit too, how to change this. I think this is a little bit bad. Let's grab some of this. Maybe if I pop that there, it's a little bit better. I think this comes too far out too. I just want to have that like that. And then let's do the same on the side. So it's like that. There we go. I like that a little bit more. So yeah, we have a very nice little bridge. You can just, I mean, this took me, I have no idea how long this took me. Probably like 20 minutes. I'm not really sure. But I mean, honestly, the bridge itself actually is kind of a little bit too thin. But in terms of just working for like a survival world itself, like this looks very nice. You know, just throw this wherever you want in your world and then have a little feature. And it is functional. It's just not super functional. Because I feel like if you're building a bridge with this much wood, you're probably past the point in your world where you're focusing on functional, and you're probably more focusing on how it looks, you know. So yeah, this is what I got. I mean, this is just the bridge. I might do some other videos. I built a little, this is my world that I use to test things for my survival world. So like sometimes I like to test, like, or I like to just build sometimes for fun. That house is awful. I hate that house so much. I might just remove that. But yeah, this is just like, I build with a lot of spruce is what I'm looking at right now. But yeah, this is kind of the way I build, especially in survival worlds. I just kind of throw things down in a general kind of shape, and then I add detail afterwards. But yeah, thanks for watching. That's all I got. Yep, that's all I got.